You note that the title of the sermon is Soul Food. And if you had been in that part of the world where Debbie and Rich have been traveling lately, you would know that what that means in the southern part of the United States is that you're talking about some weird things to eat. It could be crawdads, or it could be hush puppies. It could be black-eyed peas and cornbread. It could be barbecued chicken, all kinds of weird foods. But when you read the Gospel of John, John has something else in mind when John talks about soul food. Not that he calls it that. He describes it as food that endures for eternal life. Food that is not perishable, but lasts forever. In the Gospel of John, eating is not the emphasis, but believing is the emphasis. Believe on the one whom God has sent. Believe on the one who can give you nourishment of the soul, nourishment of the spirit. John is not interested in all the junk food that we believe in, not just the sweets and Coca-Colas that we put into our bodies. John is not interested in those things that we think builds for good health. He's not counting calories. He's not looking at vitamins. John is interested in what lasts forever, what feeds the spirit, the soul. John wants to make sure that we don't get caught up in that other junk food that we think is so important, so special. The junk food of success and fame and money and power. John keeps pulling us back to believing in Jesus and listening to Jesus, nourishing ourselves with Jesus. In the Gospel of John, Jesus feeds the people, the multitude. And Jesus asks us to feed the people. Jesus forgives us and asks us to be forgiving. Jesus is a reconciler and asks us to be reconciling. Jesus is the peacemaker and asks us to be peacemakers. Jesus is giving the gift, but in the gift is also the demand that we do our part. The demand that we enter in, that we allow ourselves to be transformed so that we can be the transformers. Allow ourselves not only to take in the bread and the cup as a symbol of taking in Jesus, but to be willing to let our lives, ourselves, become the bread and the cup for the world. When we receive these gifts of God for the people of God, they're not just for us. This is not a private ritual we do. It's a public ritual. It's not just for me. It's not just for us. It's for all of God's children. That's what makes it so beautiful. The mystery is that this gift, symbolized with just a bite and just a cup, becomes so powerful because in it is the beauty and the ability to transform not only our lives, but the whole world. Amen.